Hello and welcome back. My name is Charlambos. I go by Bob. I am not your typical painter. Today, what I'm going to be working on is this area right here. It's right underneath this mountain. There's lots of little trees, some grass, bushes, and also next to here is more buildings. Obviously, I'm not going to paint both at the same time. Some of the things I'm going to be trying to distinguish in here is actually some individual trees. This is not much of a tree yet, but it's the beginning of a trunk. It should be actually a lot thinner than it looks right now. This is little landmarks too that I'm going to be detailing. This is like I guess a boulder that fell off the cliff, I don't know, but it's a big chunk of rock, as is this right here. And also over here, yet to be seen, are little trees, but without much leaves. And then nestled in here is like a little building that's hidden. It's going to be more covered in the end. The color scheme I'm going to be using is mostly muted colors, because again, this is in the winter. Like usual, I'm going to start off by mixing a batch of colors that I'm going to use throughout this whole painting area. It's always good to have a base of like these muted warm colors of like red and some green. And to have some colors to highlight the leaves also, because there's also like leaves you gotta detail. As for accuracy, I'm not gonna go super detailed, but one thing I am gonna do is try to distinguish the trees and bushes, because this is very close to the viewing plane. If anything, this is the closest of any other object in the rest of the painting, and if I don't spend that much time detailing this area right here, it's not going to give the sense of depth. More detail, less detail, that will create pretty much depth. Sometimes while painting, I sometimes don't really know what I'm doing. It's kind of funny that I'm saying that, but it's the honest truth. At the current moment, I am laying out some colors, some distinctive colors that eventually I'm going to build onto. This area here is kind of probably the most finished area, like in my painting so far, like in bush wise, I guess. But there's other areas where I'm going to go back and again. It's kind of like me constantly attacking a area until it's pretty much, I feel like it's right. Again, there's sometimes when I feel like there's distinctive marks I have to make. Then other times when I paint, it's like more of like a pattern that I have to get kind of like of a consistency. Sometimes it's just like getting the color in the right area to form the bush, to form the leaves, kind of like the impression of a bush and leaf. That's what I'm currently like trying to struggle. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but in the end, I feel like it comes together. Again, I'm not your typical painter, so that's how it is. As I work this area out, again, like I stated in some of my other videos, is I constantly am attacking an area until I feel like it's right in this section. There's a lot of like clusters of colors, whether it's from leaves or branches, and I keep going into it again and again, and eventually I'm gonna feel satisfied and move on, or I might go back to it when the paint dries. But I'm always mindful of little details when I'm painting tight areas like this. for example, some visibility of the buildings. Also, there's actually going to be a car right here. My first car I'm going to paint somewhere around here. I just drew that there. But yeah, there's actually going to be a car right here. Also, the light and dark of the certain trees that I'm first laying out some dark, where there's going to be like a distinctive tree. Like there's going to be like one right here, and a very skinnier one right here. But I'm going to go back into it and probably tweak it a little. There's also the grassy area and a cluster of different colors. I guess it's part of painting. In the end, it's an ongoing process of constant correction, constant painting, constant layering. The end result is usually a resolution of all the marks and brushes that you've done to get there. At least that's how I think of it. One of my biggest struggles on this YouTube channel so far is actually being able to film consistently while I paint. I'm still getting the hang of it. I sometimes struggle to work while filming, and I think this is going to be an area where I'm going to stop filming. But I will explain though my game plan. My game plan is to continue building the houses. There's actually kind of like a stairway somewhere here. It's hard to explain, like a stairway kind of like wall. So it's like a hill going like this here. I might move the car. Not that I could actually move it. And then there's kind of like a walkway here, and the trees are going to kind of be hiding it a little bit. And then there's the field right here. So these are the areas I'm going to focus on. As stated earlier, my first card. And unlike the rest of the painting, since this is so close, I'm eventually going to try to get this area as detailed as possible. Where you can see like the balconies very clearly. There's actually thermo water heaters on a lot of these roofs. It's something very common in Greece, and I'm gonna have some of those visible very clearly, and people's yards, of course, and trees. Anyway, that is my game plan. For those who have been following the ongoing progress of this painting, thank you. I really appreciate it. I also appreciate the criticism I received about the camera angles not showing the brush very clearly, and that I am going to work on. But I'm probably going to do just one more video on this painting before I take a break from it. Because I do need to take a break from it to pretty much reevaluate all the things I need to accomplish. I'm going to look at it very carefully. I'm going to be my worst critic, make certain decisions when I go back at it. I'm going to have a game plan that's going to be more fresh. I'm going to be able to see things differently because I'm going to be staring at it and looking at everything that pisses me off from it and everything that I like, and try to build on the things that look good and correct things that are kind of like an eyesore, something I've done in the past. And there's some paintings that I've done or it took me like a decade to finish. No joke, but that's a different story. But in the meantime, I will show an area that will be like the center of my next video, which is this. I began, as you can see, working on those little details of windows, doors, cars, or there's going to be more cars, and trees. Even though I'm gonna take a break from this painting, for sure I am gonna be filming throughout the whole process. It's just time consuming sometimes filming about it, and in the end I'm gonna make a huge compilation of all the painting sessions I've done and the new ones that I'm gonna start filming. And in the end, it's gonna be obviously time lapsed, and hopefully it looks cool in the end. And I'm gonna have some music that goes with it too. Again, my name is Charlambos. I go by Bob. I'm not your typical painter, and thank you for watching once again. And stay tuned for more. Also, check out my Instagram. Not your typical painter.